treat kindness like a reward, something I could have once I worked hard enough, once I was better, once I'd earned it. I gave softness to everyone else, but kept myself on the edge of my own care, as if compassion had conditions. But I'm tired of holding my healing like a test, tired of loving myself only in pieces, only in progress. I wanna be soft without having to deserve it, to be gentle, not just in recovery, but in the way I live. I don't need to be perfect to be kind, don't need to achieve to be gentle, don't need to wait for a future version of myself to be worthy. I can pause without guilt, rest without shame, begin again without blaming the one who needs the beginning. I don't want to motivate myself through pressure, don't want to grow through punishment, don't want to survive by abandoning the parts of me that are already trying. From now on, my gentleness won't be temporary, won't be conditional, won't be something I lose when I fall behind. It will be my language, my foundation, my home. The way I speak to myself, the way I hold my own heart. I'm allowed to be gentle with myself forever, and that is how I'll stay. I've been the one people lean on, the common chaos. The quiet voice that stays steady when the world shakes. I've held stories with no space for my own, made room for other people's needs, even when mine were screaming silently. And I thought maybe this is love, being strong enough to carry everyone without because I earned it, but because I am human, and humans need arms sometimes to fall into. I don't have to collapse to be worthy of support. Don't have to cry loud to be heard. Don't have to disappear to be missed. I can ask without shame. I can receive without guilt. I can rest without apology. There is nothing wrong with needing care. Nothing wrong with longing to be softened by something other than my own strength. Tonight I won't hold it all alone. I won't pretend I'm always okay. Won't carry what was never mine to carry forever. I deserve to be held to. And tonight I finally alive at. I've held so much with quiet hands, carried weight without language, kept it all together because no one else knew how to. I've been the calm in other people's storms, the one who stays steady even when I'm shaken inside. I've made space for everyone else's breaking and called it strength when really I just didn't feel safe to fall apart. But I'm not a container for everything unspoken, not a shelf for every burden, not a fixer for what was never mine to carry. I'm allowed to put things down, to rest without reason, to breathe without bracing. I don't need to hold every feeling, to be kind, every memory to be valid, every struggle to I've learned how to be my own comfort, my own shoulder, my own safe space. Because for so long there wasn't one waiting for me. I've become strong by necessity, resilient because I had to be, independent to survive. But sometimes strength becomes a shield, and self-reliance starts to feel like isolation. And now I wanna let the walls down, and self-reliance starts to feel like isolation. And now I wanna let the walls down, just enough to let someone in, without thinking that means I've failed. I'm no less whole when I need someone, no less brave when I ask to be met, no less grounded when I lean. There is softness in receiving, not because I'm weak, but because I trust that I don't have to hold everything alone. I am still me when I reach, still strong when I soften, still worthy when I retched in someone else's presence. Connection doesn't erase my independence, it expands it. It reminds me I was never meant to carry everything in silence. I'm not too much for needing support, not broken for craving closeness, not wrong for asking someone to stay. I'm no less whole when I need someone, and tonight I let that be true. I've said sorry for things that weren't wrong, for speaking up, for feeling too deeply, for needing rest when I was tired. I've apologized for my emotions, my boundaries, my slowness, my softness, as if they were flaws instead of truths. I've tried to be easier, quieter, lighter to carry, just to stay loved, just to stay safe. and shrinking so someone else feels big, but don't owe the world a quieter version of me. Don't owe my peace for someone else's comfort. Don't owe my voice an apology every time it trembles. There is nothing wrong with the way I exist, with how I take up space, with what I feel and how deeply I feel it. My presence doesn't need permission. My pace doesn't need defending. My truth doesn't need approval. So I'll stop saying sorry for being honest, for being real, for being human. And if someone can't hold the way I show up, that's not my fault, and it never was. I'm done apologizing for who I am, because who I am is not a problem, it's a person, and she's allowed to be here. Tonight, I'm not chasing anything, not healing faster, not proving more, not holding myself to some invisible standard just to feel safe. I've lived with pressure masquerading as discipline, guilt pretending to be motivation, urgency pretending to be purpose. But I don't wanna spend another night measuring my worth by how much I produced or how quiet I kept my needs. I want soft sheets without shame, a quiet mind without negotiation, a full breath without earning it first. I'm allowed to close the day without closing the loop, to rest with things unfinished and still feel complete. Peace doesn't have to be dramatic, doesn't have to wait for clarity or resolution or change. Tonight, peace looks like not pushing, not planning, not solving, just being. I will not choose pressure just because it's familiar. I will not confuse tension with strength. I earned it, but because I exist. And that's enough tonight. I choose peace over pressure, and that is how I will end this day. I'm loud to close the day, my soul closing up, to rest with things unfinished and still feel complete.
I thought they forgot me, but I'm still here, still soft. We moved on without pause, like I was just a moment lost. But even if they never look back, I'm still whole with what I lack. I break quietly, like petals fall into the sea, and no one saw when I let go, but I still bloomed in silent snow. I'm still here, still soft, still breathing. Though I got lost, I never shouted, never screamed, but I still held on to quiet dreams. I used to ask, what's wrong with me? Why don't they stay? Why don't they see? But now I know they weren't meant to hold a heart that never bent. I'm still here, still soft, not bitter, just a little tossed. I carry I'm learning to forgive me, not all at once, just gently. I said things to myself that I'd never say to anyone else. Held shame like it was mine to keep, or silence instead of sleep. I blamed my heart for breaking, called it weak for aching. But now I see the cracks were signs of trying too many times. I'm learning to forgive me, not because I'm healed, but because I'm ready to be softer with my scars, to stop chasing who we are. I look back at old mistakes, and now I just let them fade. I was young, I was afraid, and that's okay to say. I'm learning to forgive me, not erase, just set free. I'll still feel, I'll still cry, but I won't keep asking why. I don't need to be new to deserve something true. I'm learning to forgive me in the dark, so quietly. If no one sees it, that's alright. I'll hold myself through the night. I'm learning to forgive me and finally let me be. If no one sees it, that's
When I rush it, I'm just starting softly. I left without goodbye, needed to fall to learn how to rise. It's been quiet inside my chest, like winter's hush after unrest. I used to force a smile too wide, but now I let the tears decide. Not every day has to shine. Some hearts glow only with time. So I'm starting softly, not a sprint, just slow steps calmly. No big words, no loud plans, just open hands and softer lands. The wind knows how I feel. It never pushes, it only heals. And
if I never know why, will the sky still hold me? Some things just drift away without reason, without a name. And I've cried for what won't return, but even pain can learn. They said I'd find peace when I knew, but what if I never do? What if healing doesn't explain, but only softens the weight of pain? So if I never know why, I'll still breathe, still try. Let the wind take the question and leave the quiet behind. I looked for signs for so long, but nothing made me feel strong.
maybe I'll just rest here. Not fix, not fight, just breathe. I've been chasing light for years, trying to outrun my tears. But maybe healing isn't far. Maybe it's right here where you are. I always thought I had to rise, prove my strength, hide the cries. But today I feel too small to stand up at all. So maybe I'll just rest here, let the wind wash me clear. No more climbing, no more noise, just my breath and softer voice. There's no shame in lying down, no guilt in wearing a frown. My heart has done its best, maybe it just needs rest. Maybe I'll just rest here in the quiet with no fear. Let the ocean hold my weight, let the silence medicate. I'm not giving up, I'm just letting go of trying to be what I don't know. Maybe I'll just rest here, not tomorrow, not next year, but now, in this soft night, with no need to make it right. Maybe I'll just rest here, and that can be enough.
Not rushing, not loud. I'm just coming back to me. You gave too much away. Try to be what made them stay. Lost my voice in trying to please. Forgot my name in keeping peace. But the quiet never left me. It waited by the sea. And now I walk slowly toward the girl who used to be. I'm coming back to me with soft hands and shaky knees. I won't shout, but I'll breathe, and every breath will set me free. It's not perfect, but it's mine. This little heart, this quiet spine. I don't need to prove I shine. I just need to feel the sky. I'm coming back to me. After all the noise, I need to flee. I'll plant myself where I feel whole. Even if I'm still not bold, she's still here, the girl I lost, waiting where the silence was. I'm coming back to me, slowly, softly, finally free. No mask, no pain to hide, just me on my own side. I'm not rushing, I'm not loud, but I'm coming back now.
I laugh when you look at me, but never quite as honestly. I hold my breath and bite my tongue, because I know what can't be sung. You talk about your hopes and fears. nod and smile and hide the tears. I'm your safe place, your soft light, but never yours in that way, right? You'll never know how deep it goes, how many times I told you no, inside my mind, to guard my heart, while yours was always miles apart. You'll never guess what I don't show, but every word still lets you go. You'll never see, you'll never know. I write your name in quiet thoughts, in poems that I never jot. You'll never read the words I meant, they're folded deep beneath regret. This isn't pain, it's not despair, it's just a love I couldn't share. It lives in me like breath and song, but that's the place where it belongs. You'll never know, and that's okay. Some things are better left that way. You'll find a love that calls your name, and I'll just smile. It's not a game. I'll always wish you joy, not show the part of me you'll never know. I meant every word I said. I held you close inside my head. I dreamed in color, built a home, while you just liked not being alone. I saw forever in your eyes. You saw comfort in my tries. I gave my soul like it was free, but love can't grow from only me. I loved you, but that doesn't mean you loved me. I gave it all so endlessly, but I can't claim what you don't show. Just 'cause I felt it doesn't grow. You like the way I made you feel, but never asked if it was real. I can't pretend we both could see I loved you, but that was just me. I took your silence as a sign that maybe love just takes more time. But time won't grow what isn't there, and I was loving empty air. I still believe that love was true, but it was mine, not shared by you. And that's the hardest part to face. just stayed inside the glass. You liked my light, you liked my care, but never met me fully there. And now I'm done pretending through. I was the only heart that knew I loved you deeply, endlessly. But no, you didn't love me. You liked my laugh, the way I moved. You said I felt like something smooth. You liked the way I made things light, but never stayed through heavy nights. You heard my words, but not the pain. You held me close, but not my name. You kissed my lips, not what they meant. You like the feel, but not the depth. You looked at me, but you never really saw me. You loved the mask, not what was falling. You like the girl who stayed composed, not the storm she never showed. And I kept hoping you'd dive deep, while you just wandered in the sleep. I needed soul, not a trophy. You looked at me, but you never saw me. I told you things no one had heard. You nodded, smiled, missed every word. You said I felt like something rare, but rare things break when no one cares. To be seen is not to stand in front of someone with no plan. It's to be held without disguise and love through open, honest eyes. You looked at me and missed the flame. You loved the girl without her name. But I am more than calm and sweet. I'm mountains rising at your feet. So if you couldn't see that fire, then you can't hold what I require. I'm done being pretty, soft and blurry. You looked at me, but you never saw me. You looked at me, but you never I had to change to be worthy, to feel like I belong. But now I see I don't have to be anyone else to be enough. I am enough, just as I am. I don't need to be louder to be heard. I don't need to be perfect to be seen. I don't need to be more to be loved. I am enough, right here, right now. I don't need to chase after love. I don't need to prove I'm worthy of peace. I don't need to be anyone else to be seen. I just need to be. And I am enough, just as I am. I don't need to perform to be noticed. I don't need to be stronger to be valued. I don't need to do more to feel worthy. I am worthy of love, right here, right now. I don't need to perform to be noticed. I don't need to be stronger to be valued. I don't need to do more to feel worthy. I am worthy of love, right here, right now. I don't need to change to be accepted. I don't need to be faster to be loved. I don't need to shrink to make room for others. I can take up space and still be enough. I don't need to prove anything to be loved. I don't need to work harder to feel like I matter. I am allowed to rest and still be worthy of everything I need. I am enough, even when I'm quiet, even when I'm still, even when I'm unsure. I don't need to be anyone else to feel peace. I am enough, just as I am. I don't have to be someone else to be loved. I don't have to prove I'm worthy of care. I don't need to be perfect. I used to think I had to be busy to be seen, that I had to be louder to be heard, that I had to be somewhere else to be worthy of love. But now I see I am enough, right here, right now. I don't need to chase after something to feel complete. I don't need to fill every second with something to prove. I don't need to keep moving to be worthy of peace. I am allowed to pause and still be enough. I am enough, even in my silence, even in my stillness, even Even when I'm unsure, I am worthy of rest just by being me, just by breathing. I don't need to hustle to be loved. I don't need to perform to be accepted. I don't need to explain why I need space, why I need rest. I am allowed to be still and still be enough. I am allowed to stop without feeling guilty, without wondering if I'm falling behind. I don't need to keep up to feel valued. I'm already enough, just as I am. I don't need to prove I'm worthy of love by being loud, by being perfect, by being anyone else. I can just be, and I am enough, exactly as I am. I am enough, even when I'm not doing anything, even when I'm still, even when I'm uncertain. I am worthy of peace right now, just as I am. I don't have to fill the silence with anything to be loved. I don't have to do more to be worthy of peace. I am enough in my sadness, in my quiet moments. I don't need to hustle for comfort. I don't need to be someone else to feel at home. I am allowed to rest without proving that I am enough, because I already
Even if I'm not okay, can I still rest today? I used to hide my aching parts under smiles and quiet starts, but the cracks still glow at night. Even broken holds some light. I've been tired for so long, pretending strength to feel strong. But sometimes the strongest thing is letting go of everything. Even if I'm not okay, can I still lay down today?
I left you in silence, even when you didn't stay. I held you without words, watched you leave without blame. No goodbye, no sharp sound, just space where your name used to hang around. still rooms with echoes of what we were. But some love isn't loud, it whispers when it hurts. I loved you in silence, in silence, loved me back. You were gone before the door, but I still kept track. Your voice became a breeze, your touch just a memory. But I didn't chase the sound, I let it drift down. I loved you in silence, with no reason to ask why. You don't have to love me. I walk the streets I used to know, the ones where I would always go. But something in the air had changed, like even time forgot my name. The coffee shop, the crooked lane, the friends who used to feel the same. I smiled, but not the way I did back when I still fit in that skin. I don't fit there anymore, not in the stories, not in the door. That girl I was, she served me well, but I've got newer truths to tell. It's not goodbye with heavy eyes, just space between all the lows and highs. I've outgrown what I was before. I don't belong, I don't fit there anymore.
I don't crave what once felt warm. I've softened edges, changed my form. And even though I carry her, she's just a whisper, not a blur. I thought I'd miss her every day, but now I see I found new ways to laugh, to cry, to feel the sun in places she would have never run.
I don't fit there anymore, and that's not something I mourn for. I built a newness from the ache, from everything I had to break. There's beauty in what came to end, and in the ways I didn't bend. She helped me open every door, but I've walked through. I don't live there anymore. I've been the one who always stays, who lights the room and clears the haze. I hold their hearts and fix their fears, but no one sees what disappears. I smile through storms I never name, to break too. I won't explain, I won't defend the way my heart just needs to bend. Not every crack means I am weak. Sometimes it's how the soul can speak. Let me shadow without shame. Let me sob without a name. Don't ask me to be brave tonight. Just let me not be made of light. I'm allowed to break too, to stop pretending I'm brand new, to feel the weight of what I've kept, to fall into the tears I've wept. I'm human, deep and breaking through, and that alone is strong and true. So if I tremble, if I lose, just know I'm allowed to break too. Sighs pure and hollow, I still see your name light up my phone. You're not a stranger, not alone, but when you speak, it's not the same. Like someone else now wears your name. You're still in rooms we used to share, but I don't feel you anywhere. Your eyes don't hold the weight they did. It's like you left but never did. You're still here, but you're gone, and I don't know what I did wrong. You didn't leave, you didn't run, but something in us came undone. I smile, I talk, I play along, but every word now feels withdrawn. You're still here, but you've been gone so long. I hold your laugh in memory, but now it sounds so differently. We used to speak in silent codes, now silence fills the loudest roads. They say goodbye means someone died, but I've said it with you still alive, and that might be the hardest part, losing someone heart by heart. You're still here, but you're gone, I've learned to love you from the rear, because you're still here, but you've been gone all along. I packed up dreams I used to chase, folded maps I can't replace, left the shore I called my own. Now I'm floating half alone. I don't have a final plan, no blueprint drawn by careful hand. I just take the step that's near, even when the road's unclear. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm still alive. Every breath and every heartbeat means I'm learning how to try. I'm not lost, I'm in transition, in the space between decisions. And though the path is never showing, I keep walking without knowing. Some days feel like starting new, others feel like breaking through. But either way I show up still, not with answers, just with will. I don't need to see the end to hold the hand I've learned to lend to my own soul. When I feel small, I'm still here. That says it all. I don't know where I'm going, but I trust the way I feel. There's no map to keep unfolding, just a sense of what is real. And maybe that's what growth becomes, not knowing why, but still becoming. I'm not stuck and I'm not slowing, I'm just moving without knowing. Without knowing. I made my bed today, didn't cry when I saw their name. I said no without explaining why, and didn't flinch when I saw the sky. I let myself rest without guilt. I cleaned the corners that held the wilt. I let a song play start to end, and felt the sunlight like a friend. Healing looks like this, not a mountain, not a list, but tiny moments I reclaim from all the pieces filled with pain. It's not loud, it's not message stay unread. Didn't beg for love in my head. I didn't shrink when I was near the mirror I once used to fear. It's in the pauses, in the slow, in letting something sacred grow. No timeline chart or perfect view, just small things I can finally do. Healing looks like this: a quiet walk, a missed abyss, a laugh that feels a bit more mine, a space I didn't have to find. It's fragile, real, and hard to see, but it's a truth inside of me. It may not look like what you missed, but healing looks like this. Looks like this. I dimmed my light so you could shine, changed how I spoke, adjusted time. I waited long, I tried to fit, I twisted love to make it stick. I called it effort, called it grace, to beg for space, to chase your face. But love that makes you prove your place isn't love, it's just a race. I shouldn't have to earn what love should freely give. I shouldn't have to beg just to be allowed to live. I bent myself in silent ways to keep the peace, to make you stay. But someone who sees me shouldn't sift. I shouldn't have to earn what love should freely give. I used to think it made me strong to wait for you no matter how long. But now I know the kind I need won't ask me to fall just to succeed. I'm not a prize behind a wall, I'm not a test, I'm not your fault. If you can't love me as I am, then leave me for the ones who can. this pain, that leaving would just mean I failed again. I made excuses for the cracks, called every empty moment fact. I shrank myself to make it last, but love like that just echoes past. Believing was the first time I chose me, not what we were supposed to be, not the dream I tried to hold, not the warmth that had grown cold. I walked away, though shaking deep, and finally let my soul breathe. It didn't mean I stopped the weep, but leaving was the first time I chose me. I thought that breaking meant I lost, but staying longer was the cost. I wasn't saving love, I see. I was just slowly losing me. Now every step I take alone feels like a way back to my own. This isn't hate, it isn't rage, it's just the end of that old cage. Leaving wasn't weakness, it was light, a quiet no to endless fight. And I forgive the girl who stayed. She tried, she bent, she even prayed, but now I hold her tenderly, because leaving was the first time she chose me. You texted back, but never first. You showed up late, but not the worst. You gave me just enough to stay, but never made me feel okay. You held my hand when no one saw, but let it go when things got raw. You said you cared, but not out loud, only when the room allowed. Barely being loved is not the same as being loved. Surviving isn't how I rise above. I want a heart that shows up whole, not one that fades to keep control. You gave me less, like it was grace, like I should thank the empty space. But I need more than just enough. Barely being loved is not being loved. I used to call your crumbs a meal, I called it love just to feel. But now I know that starving slow is still a hunger I outgrow. I want the kind that doesn't flinch, that holds me real and holds me since. Not one who says, at least I tried, the silence, take the small. I want a love that gives it all. And if that's too